Hey guys, welcome back to yet another YouTube video. So this video, obviously, I did it, my predictions on the Premier League. Of course, that video, at the time of recording this, has now just come out. So you guys just very quickly if you haven't watched that video, go click off this video and watch that, and then come back onto this. If not, then just keep on watching. But yeah, and before I start, don't mind me. I'm filming this on a Friday at 10:23 p.m. on a Friday night. I'm wanting to get this probably out just before the Bayern Frankfurt game, hopefully. Just maybe get that out in time. Maybe, or something like that. But yeah, choosing a bad time. But we'll roll with it. So yeah, so of course I'm gonna do the Bundesliga this time. I did the Premier League, now it's time to do the Bundesliga. If you missed the video, missed the Premier League predictions video, I'll do who I think will be champions, who I think who will be top scorer, who will be automatic, who will guarantee will be relegated. For this one, who I think will be in the relegation playoff spot. The biggest surprise of the season, the disappointment, the player of the season, the sack race, and of course my bold prediction. So let's go again straight to the first one. In champions, of course, and it's obviously going to be Bayern. Is my pick. Even though I think it's going to be totally even in this season, in my opinion, because simply with Bayern there's no Lewandowski. For Dortmund there's no Erling Haaland, so it's a bit wide open, but I still think Bayern will come out on top, I believe, in the race. A few other teams could challenge Bayern during the year, but I think Bayern will just be too strong in the end. Excuse me. Sip of drink. Sip of water. Top scorer. This was going to be difficult now with Lewandowski and Haaland are now gone, of course, to Spain and England respectively. I've gone with Patrick Schlick, who from Bayer Leverkusen. Of course, he was very impressive this season. Other than him, there's not much else, I believe, in terms of strikers or goal scorers that could potentially get the top scorers award. Excuse me. I think that's what it is, I believe. And I think Schlick. Will get it. I was gonna choose maybe Sadio Mane, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Even though you'll have Muller, you'll have Sane, you'll have Gnabry, I think Schlick's gonna be. I think he's gonna score obviously more goals, but yeah, I think he'll be more of a chance to win, to be top scorer than Mane, to be honest, with you. So that is that was that. Relegate the team who's most likely going to get relegated or guaranteed to be relegated. I choose Bochum because normally when a team gets promoted, they normally, if it's someone that hasn't been, if it's a team that hasn't been in the Bundesliga for a long time, for example, Fortuna Düsseldorf, and recently Fortuna Düsseldorf, Arminia Bielefeld, and of course now Bochum, and of course they either go straight back down like Paderborn done, like Greuther Fürth did, or they stay in there, stay there for about 2-3 seasons, and they just go down after the first season. And I think Borkum, this is gonna be the same. And from my memory, I don't think they haven't made any quality signings, to be honest. So I think they'll more than likely go down. More than likely go down. The relegation playoff spot. Now the difference is between the Premier League and the Bundesliga. The Premier League with the Championship, they still have three promoted sides. The top two from the Championship get promoted up to the Premier League, but the third promotion side gets decided via playoff semi-finals and final. And whoever wins the final in that promotion playoff earns a promotion as the third side in the Premier League. But in the Bundesliga, it's different. So in the Bundesliga, you have two relegation sides, and then the team that finishes 16th goes into a playoff against the third place side in the second division. Which, for example, last season was Hertha Berlin, who came 16th last season in the Bundesliga, and then in Bundesliga 2, the third place side was Hamburg. So that's how it works, and basically it's basically simply over two legs, and obviously the winner, if the Bundesliga team wins, then that there's no issues. That the second division team stays in the second division, and then the Bundesliga side basically stays there. But most recently, like Union Berlin did, if you win that, then basically you will be the third promoted team into the Bundesliga. So there is still a chance of 3 promoted sides, but it's pretty rare. Really, I think it's happened only twice in the last decade or something like that. So yeah, I think this one will be Stuttgart. I think we'll be finishing there. I was really close to putting Wolfsburg in there, but I don't. But I, due to the census, of what Stuttgart's journey has been, they've been relegated, then been promoted, then staying there for about a season, then go back down, and then get promoted back up again, and then staying there. And I wonder if it's going to be the same thing, and I hope not. It's going to be like what happened the last time they played in the relegation playoff, because they got beaten by Union Berlin. So that's going to be very interesting. But I think that will be pretty interesting. I voted for them over Wolfsburg, so let's hope that prediction is right. Hopefully, Wolfsburg. The biggest surprise, I've picked Sadio player, and I've picked Sadio Mane, and I think he'll dominate. I think he'll dominate the Bundesliga more than what everyone else thinks. Not in getting top scorer and getting doing a Lewandowski and just get 30 goals a season. I'm not saying that, but I'm thinking that he could be, a guy that basically has double figure is going to be the only striker who has double figured goals and assists. Because in his Liverpool days, obviously he was playing on the wing, alongside along with Salah and Firmino. So so for him being the main man is different. Is going to be different at Bayern, and also stepping into Robert Lewandowski's shoes. But it's I think he'll rise to the challenge. I think of being the main man, being the main man there. I think that he'll spend most of his time probably as striker because they do have, of course, Gnabry and Sane playing on the wings, but both of them are a bit injury prone as well. So if there is a space there on either left wing or right wing, Mane could go in there. But if Gnabry and Sane are fit, then probably Mane. The only place they'll put him is striker. There's no in front of in front of Muller, who I think will play. I think I would love to see him play in that cam role or behind Mane. Love to see that. I would love to see that happen. So the biggest surprise I think is Mane. The disappointment of the season, I have a feeling it's going to be Borussia Dortmund. Now, of course, it stems from the fact that the first 5 games for them. I'll read off who they versed in their first 5 games. They versed Leverkusen, Freiburg, Werder Bremen, Hertha Berlin, and Hoffenheim in their first 5 games. So the first 2 games are going to be tough, especially Leverkusen and especially Leverkusen. They'll probably be again top 4 contenders, so that'll be a tough one for them. Bremen and Hertha Berlin are probably the only straight up winnable games for Dortmund. And at Hoffenheim, maybe a chance of a draw. I don't know if there's a chance of a result there. And then obviously the challenger, and obviously 50-50. Obviously the other 50-50s are going to be Leverkusen and Freiburg. But yeah, obviously Haaland. Obviously, there's no Haaland, and they haven't. And I know this is, and I know that we're still early still a long way to go in the transfer window, but they haven't replaced him yet. They've only signed defenders, like they've signed Nicolas Sula from Bayern. And I think they've signed another defender. So I think for me, they haven't replaced Haaland yet. I hope they do, because at the moment I don't know. I don't see any attacker in that current Dortmund side that will fill Haaland's shoes. I don't see it. And also I want to read a stat, a fun fact that nobody talks about Dortmund. So ever since Thomas Tuchel's first season at Dortmund, which was in 2015-16, they have lost to at least one promoted side in a season for the last 6 years. For the last 6 seasons. I'll read you them off one by one. 2016-17, that famous game against RB Leipzig when Leipzig were in their first ever Bundesliga season, and that was Leipzig's first ever Bundesliga win, actually. That in that game. 2017-18, the only season where they have actually been beaten by both promoted sides, which back then were Hanover 96 and Stuttgart, all in 2 weeks apart actually. And fun fact, obviously, Stuttgart, that was the precursor to that famous 4-4 draw when Dortmund at Dortmund were 4-0 up, and then suddenly Schalke came back and to salvage again a 4-4 draw. 2018-19, Fortuna Düsseldorf. 1920, Union Berlin. 2021, Stuttgart again. So Stuttgart have history there. Last season, late last season, was Bochum. They in that famous match where they got beaten 4-3. Which Stuttgart they got massacred in the end 5-1. I think that was, I think that might have been, I think after that, I think that's when I believe, they actually changed manager. I think. Lucien Favre. That's it. I was thinking about the manager's name. That Lucien Favre. I think that's when he got the sack, I believe. And yeah. So that is a sort of a curse that they need to shake this season. And of course, the promoted sides obviously are Schalke and Werder Bremen, which are those two teams which have been in the past have been in the Bundesliga for years and years and years. Now they've come back in the Bundesliga after a 1-year absence, and obviously, if I were to choose who do I think who they will be beaten by, more than likely it will be Schalke. I would most look forward to the first Revier Derby to see how it goes, because obviously the last few Revier Derbies had been, of course, with no crowds, obviously, and when of course the crowds were back last season, Schalke weren't even in the Bundesliga. They were in the second division. So I would love to see how the first Revier Derby is going to go. So that is a curse that Dortmund pretty much have to shake, pretty much, and it's something that nobody talks about in terms of the Bundesliga. No one talks about it. So now I've finally voiced it now. So moving on, the player of the season. It was hard to say, but for some reason, Thomas Muller, it just sticked out in my mind that I think for some reason I think he's in for a big season. I think he's in for a big year. I don't know why, but I think he's in for a big year. I think he'll capitalize from hopefully Sane and Gnabry hopefully getting a full season out of them. Now working with Mane now. Unfortunately, with Lewandowski, his good mate Robert Lewandowski gone. Good opportunity for him to learn from a new partner, a new attacking partner in crime in Sadio Mane. So, for some reason, I think he's in for a big season. Is Thomas Muller. The sack race. Who I think will be the sack race. Now, I think I looked up the coaches. There was one coach that my eyes just really went out when I saw the list of coaches, and that is Niko Kovac at Wolfsburg. I think the most alarming thing for Wolfsburg is I think they're on a downward trend that is familiar, which they have done before. So in 14-15, they finished second in the league. They were the best behind Bayern. Behind Bayern, they were the best of the rest, obviously, capitalising on Dortmund's terrible first half of the season. Um, and they had a great squad. Unfortunate, which included De Bruyne, and then he went to Manchester City, and they went back down the table, and they basically didn't even finish in the European spots at all. Finished in ninth, and then the next season they struggled even more, and basically ended up in the relegation playoff spot for the next 2 seasons. So yeah, and I think they're on this trend where in 2020-21 they finished in the Champions League spots in fourth position. Then last season they dropped off dramatically and finished in 12th. And who knows where? They're the most intriguing team. They're either gonna go fly back up the table, or their dip in form in recent seasons is just gonna continue. So that is probably they're the most intriguing team for me in this season and how they go. But yeah, but I have a feeling that if Wolfsburg don't have a good start to the year, then I could see Kovac basically getting the sack as yeah. So that's what I believe. I think he could get the axe. I'm mumbling my words here. It's almost 11 o'clock at night. So yeah, and so luckily there's one more, which is the bold prediction. For some people, this might not be bold, but for some purists who are big fans of the Bundesliga, probably it is. That is Union Berlin finishing top 4. They've been really impressive. They've been impressive ever since they got promoted in 2019 into the Bundesliga, and in the opposite way of what Wolfsburg have done in the past 2 seasons, their time in the Bundesliga, they have been on this upward trajectory. In their first season, they finished 11th. Nobody thought they would finish mid table, but they did. It's similar thing in 2020 and 2020, the 2021 season. They nobody expected them to end up in the European spots, and they did. And nobody ever expected. Excuse me, sorry. Nobody expected them to be in Europa League spots or challenging for top 4 alongside with Freiburg and all that, and they did. So, could the possibility of going uphill even more, even so, basically challenging Dortmund, Leipzig, and Leverkusen for Champions League spots. I think they've been underrated in all this time. And I think, and with them versing Hertha Berlin, Mainz, Leipzig, Schalke, and Bayern, that is the potential of a great start to the season. Winnable games against Hertha, Mainz, and Schalke, but then there's challenging games against Leipzig and Bayern. If they can take at least a draw out of one of those games, out of either Leipzig or Bayern, then that could really set up Berlin Union's season into challenging for top 4 in this season. So that's my bold prediction, and I think that Union Berlin's upward trajectory will continue, and to put them into the Champions League spots, and it'll just things will just go better and better and better for Union Berlin. So that's enough. That is all the predictions for the Bundesliga season. Hopefully, as I said, um, hopefully, as I said, um, hopefully I'll try and get this out, before the Bayern Frankfurt game, which, as I'm recording this, is going to be in the next few hours. Hopefully it comes. I'll try and get this out before then, but maybe afterwards, maybe on Saturday morning, early Saturday morning, I'll get the video out. Yeah, so I'm gone. So I'm gonna do this outro real quick. So like this video, share to anybody who's a Bundesliga fan. Comment down below what's your predictions for if you're a Bundesliga fan. Comment on what your predictions are. Who do you want to be as who you think would challenge Bayern? What is your bold prediction as well? And of course, somewhere down there, click on the big red button, which is named subscribe, as well. So until next time, guys, I'll see you guys later, and wherever you may be, may the sun shine or the moon shine on you.